Hey, what's up guys, Leif here and welcome to a new video on the Team Gullit channel. In this video I will explain you what you need in a card. So for example, which playstyles are we looking for, what kind of stats, which position needs this playstyle, that position needs that playstyle. I will just talk you through everything and I will show you multiple examples of why, and I think after this video you guys will buy certain players in certain positions with maybe certain stats, certain playstyles. So just let's get on to the video. So obviously there are a lot of players in this game, there are playstyles, a lot of different cards, but first of all, what are we looking for stats wise? Obviously attackers, we want them to have good shooting, good dribbling, good pace, most important. Physical stats are important for maybe your left forward, right winger. Striker, I would say, needs a bit of physical presence, but not too much. You don't need like a Haaland or a Sørloth at striker. Those are going on the win. Then for the midfielders, we are basically looking for the same in pace, shooting. Dribbling isn't that important. Defending needs to be good. Playstyles are maybe even more important than the stats. Good passing, physical. So far, attacking wise and in midfield, stats don't say too much. In defense, it's a bit different because there you only really need pace, defending and physical, I would say. Like shooting doesn't really matter, passing, if it's not like 45, it's alright. Same goes for dribbling, you don't want it to be like 50, but if it's above like 70, it's alright. Goalkeeper, I don't really look to stats, just use a goalkeeper you think is good for you, works for you, you trust. That's the most important thing for a goalkeeper, you have to trust him. Okay, now is where the magic happens. This year, stats obviously are still important, but they are not as important as previous years because we've got the amazing playstyles, guys. You'd all love it, don't you? I actually do think it's something nice. I think it adds a little bit of personal preference in which playstyle you want in certain positions. Let's start defensive-wise. Which playstyles do we need? Obviously, we have block, bruiser, intercept, jockey, slide tackle, and anticipate. For me, slide tackle is the worst out of them all. Then I would say bruiser. Then I think either block or jockey, and the two best are intercept, and obviously the GOAT of playstyles when it comes to defending is anticipate. So anticipate is what you need when it comes to defending, and aerial plus. Those are the two playstyles you need to look for when you buy a defender on the market. And as you can see in these clips, when I tackle the ball with a player with anticipate, 99 out of 100 times I will have it on my feet. Whilst if I do that with a player who doesn't have the playstyle, the chance of me having the ball is like way lower. And that's why anticipate is really important for your center backs. Same goes for aerial plus because you don't want to get dunked on by all the attackers. So these are the two playstyles you want. For example, Saliba, Konate, they are all being used by pro players, and that's not only because of the stats, that's just because they both have these two playstyles. Then for your fullbacks, we are not really looking to the defensive playstyles. For me, you really want one of your fullbacks to have whip pass or pink pass, because I think those two are insane when you are building up. You want to create chances with your fullbacks this year because they are so important when you go forward. Whip pass, the whip pass for me from the right back to my left forward, which is Haaland, obviously the aerial plus, is just insane. This combination of whip pass and aerial plus is going to guarantee you a lot of goals. So for your fullbacks, I would look to whip pass for one of them, either your left or your right. Pink pass is really good, just the R1X works. And obviously, they should have some defending playstyles on white at least, but which ones doesn't really matter. Then for the midfield, there are two playstyles which are like considered so overpowered and like are by far the best. First one is pink pass. The R1X with your midfielders is so important to be able to speed up the build up, go quick, find your strikers, and like 9 out of 10 times when there is a defender in front, he won't intercept it because the playstyle pink pass is just so accurate and so good. So that's one of the places you have to look for when it comes to your midfielders. And I give you guys 3 seconds to guess which one I'm gonna say next. Long ball pass, of course. The long ball pass plus is so good and literally undefendable. Your opponent can even run with the player you sent on a run. You give the ball, he is tracking it, but it doesn't lock onto him. You go in a 1v1 or you go into a dangerous situation just because of this long ball playstyle plus. And it's also so AI based. It's so accurate, and as you can see in these clips, sometimes he defends it, sometimes it's just open, sometimes it's a tough angle. With this playstyle, every L1 triangle would just connect, guys. So make sure to get at least one midfielder with long ball plus and one midfielder with ping pass. In my case, I have 94 Crows, who has both, and Team of the Season KDB, who also have both. So that's the ideal situation. You don't need both of your midfielders, of all of your midfielders with these two playstyles. Just get at least one with long ball plus and one with ping pass. Then we move on to the attackers, where we are looking for finesse plus. Finesse plus isn't patched yet. It is impossible to defend, because if you're inside the box and you time it green, it's a goal every single time. But you can also score with this playstyle plus from an impossible angle. Your opponent feels like he's defending well, but you just shoot a finesse from 30 yards out and it flies into the top bins. This is such a frustrating way to concede goals, and that's why I also don't really like to play against this playstyle, because you sometimes just can't defend it. And obviously that's what we want, because now we are talking about the attacking side of things. We want to score goals, so you need to have a player with finesse plus in your team. Then the last but not least, probably the silliest, aerial plus. It is so overpowered. It is so good. Players like Haaland, Sørloth, Weghorst, you can't defend them if you don't have a defender. Matching up against them with aerial plus, you can just cross it all the time, head it on goal, score corners. You can do everything with this playstyle, and it hasn't been patched in the start of the game. It's probably the best playstyle there is. The most annoying to play against as well. To the other side, if your opponent doesn't have it, you need to make use of it. I think I've talked you through all the most important playstyles. You know which playstyles to use in which position now. If you have any questions left about playstyles or stats or anything, doesn't matter, doesn't not matter, make sure to ask it down below in the comments. All that's left is that I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video. If you didn't subscribe yet, feel free to. We would really like that, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.